Last seconds left. Jaden Daniels. This is going to be a Hail Mary. Let's see if the Bears can stop them. There's a snap. They're getting down there. They're getting down there. They're getting down there. Throws up the Hail Mary. And nothing happens. Game is over. Bears win. It's how it should have fucking happened. Now let's look at the replay here. So they're doing exactly what Matt Eberflus and the Bears, wanted to do. They have 3 guys on the outside, and we're saying that this is actually taking place when they had like 10 seconds left. You see how they have 2 guys on the outside? It's almost like a shell. Like a we're gonna make you go in the middle, run to all of our guys. We're gonna do that because we're just not gonna let them get outside of us. That's essentially what we're doing here. So we have Kyler Gordon, which he was hurt. We would have whoever corner was out there yesterday guarding the flat, and then you see how our other corner is also doing that, covering the flat, and then we just have a 5-person shell, and then 1 guy just guarding the middle. We have a 5-person shell essentially a 7-person shell if you think about it. Yeah, a 7-person shell, and then we have a 5-person deep. All right, so that's essentially how you would run it. So let's start. Let's go to here. Let's zoom out. Let's see. You see how both of these corners have the outside clamp. So now they can't get a completion up to here, get an easier Hail Mary, So now it's done. And if this wasn't Madden, we would obviously tell them, once they clear you, start to travel them so you can be on the back side. So we tell them to do that. They would trail, make sure they can't go outside, and then he would keep trailing McLaurin here. So we essentially have 3 people, 2 to 3 people on McLaurin out here, and then we have essentially 5 people on 3 over here, because this guy's gonna trail and the middle guy's gonna also trail. So these 2 are gonna be on the bottom of it. This guy's gonna be in the middle of it, or like the middle right, whatever. This guy's gonna end up essentially being in the middle left of wherever. And then this deep guy is always gonna be back for the fucking tip. Or well, I think I had this guy be the tip guy, but you see what I mean. Somebody's gonna be back there for the fucking tip. We're not gonna rush 3 and then not have at least 1 person completely behind everybody. We should essentially have 2 people behind everybody, but at least 1 person in case of a tip. We're not gonna have all 6 of our. We essentially have 8 people in coverage since we only rushed 3. We're not gonna have all 8 of them underneath the deepest guy. But that's just what I would do if I was defense coordinator. Anyways. Well, let's see. Ball's up. Our guy's deepest guy. Even if there was a commander's guy right here, the ball was underthrown just like in the game. The ball only made it to right here. So if just 1 player would have stayed back here and made sure that everything went well, even if the guy fucking catches it, you're still behind him and you tackle him real quick. They can't score because the ball didn't make it to the end zone. Why was everybody right here? Why weren't 2 or 3 people right here? Even if they catch it right here, they have to catch it like this, turn around and go into the end zone. Why is everybody right here? And I'm not even going to blame the players, although I do believe that at least one of the players, like one of the safeties back there or something, should have known that they have to be back there because the end zone's right there. I blame the coaching staff because I'll tell you guys right now, at the NAIA level, no matter where they are on the field, if there's 5 seconds left, I know what the play call is because we went over that as a team. I don't know if other schools do that, other teams, but I knew if it's 5 seconds left there at the 50, I know what play call it is. If it's 5 seconds left there at the 10, I already know what play call it is. We know end game situation. How an NFL team has not schemed up what they would do, and I was able to scheme it up in 5 seconds of doing that. I literally just put my guys over, had it all schemed up, whatever. I thought of it in 5 seconds. You guys have had you guys are coaching for your whole entire, profession. How do you not have this talked about, have this schemed up? You even had time to take a timeout and be like, all right, guys, listen. He's going to be throwing this at his 35-yard line. We don't even know if he can get back there. You guys have to make sure we're only rushing 3, so we can't let this get over us. We need 3 to 4 people jumping up, and then the remaining 1 to 2 have to be behind it because the ball might not even get there because I don't even know if he can throw that far. So you have to be right behind it in case if there is a tip or in case if they catch it and try to run it in. But everybody should be around the goal line because we don't even know if he should do it. How that is not talked about at the NFL level, how it went through none of the coaches' minds, means that there is something wrong with the coaching staff here in Chicago. Now, before y'all think that this is just me dogging on Chicago and dogging the coaching staff and dogging the players, I am not. What I will say is this about Matt Eberflus. I'm actually in the minority. I don't hate him. I don't dislike him. The defense has been unbelievable the last 14, 15 games or whatever it is. They haven't let more than 20 points in whatever the streak is. They have been relentless. That defense is insane. They didn't even let a touchdown yesterday besides the Hail Mary. And the other thing about Eberflus is that you saw them last year. You saw how they were just getting fucked up. Their record was little to none. The thing is, most teams and most head coaches just die out that, oh, I'm going to get fired, blah, blah. Nah. Matt Eberflus rallied them together and almost got them into, he gave them a playoff chance. He rallied that team, and that's what I like to see. He's good at rallying the team, rallying the people, having a good locker room. But the issue is, during the games, he just, some stuff that he does just, again, I have a lot of respect for Matt Eberflus, again, for last year, whatever. I have a lot of respect for that not giving up. But just some stuff that he does in the fucking games, I just don't get how this isn't talked about. And if it was, there's no way it was all talked about because there's no way all of the players just did the same thing. There's no way they practiced it. They couldn't have practiced it because there's no way all these NFL players just did this. It just didn't make sense. And another thing, Tyreek Stevenson, you could talk about that, whatever. I'm going to get to that. As a Bears fan, this is a rant. Now, this is a rant video. You know what I am going to do? We're going to talk about how this shouldn't have even gotten. What I will say is that if I was the offensive coordinator, I am getting DJ Moore the ball in open space as much as possible, and it almost seems like all of his routes that are schemed up are little routes that aren't going to give him into open space. Where are the DJ Moore drag routes just right across the middle, 2 yards, boom, he gets open space? Where's the DJ Moore touch pass? I don't want to see those jet sweeps, those are cool and all. I want to see boom, touch pass, get him the ball right there in open space from the shotgun. He has way more efficient, whatever. How do we have this three receiving core and Caleb Williams has 3 passing completions going into the fourth quarter or whatever it was? I just don't know what some of the concepts, what the point of they're doing. I see what Waldron's doing half the time. He doesn't look that bad sometimes. But then we get into the fourth quarter. We get a good touchdown by Swift. We get within a fucking 5 points. We get the third down to DeAndre Carter. Great pass, great throw, great catch. 1 yard line, third down. And I get that it's to catch him off guard. But I don't think you hand it to the O-lineman when Roschon Johnson has consistently been a great goal line back all year. He would have ran it right in. So boom, right there. They do that, they fumble. That's a risky play. You just don't have to do that yet. That's, again, a play. Haha, you're up, 20 against the Patriots. We do that, whatever. That's funny. Get him his touchdown. But in a game like that, in a decision like that, give it to Roschon. That's a percentage play. It's a good percentage. It's higher than 50%. It's a good percentage play. It's probably a 70% chance to give you a touchdown. It's a high percentage play. You hand it off. He's probably going to score. Roschon. They get a good push up front. You have your O-lineman in there for a reason to get a push. You get the push up front. It's a touchdown. It's a sure thing touchdown. I don't get why you run the offensive line. And then after that, we get to second down. We run the QB thing with Caleb Williams. Get to third down. I'm like, okay, we got 4 or 5 yards on the QB thing. He could have gotten a good first down, but he ended up getting tripped or whatever. We got 3-4 yards. I'm like, all right, that's good. I like that. The next play, we do some weak ass QB power again right up the middle for a yard. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? Granted, fourth down, we end up getting a defensive holding, whatever. But what are we? You almost just sold the game there. And then finally we score the touchdown. And then, like I said earlier, if you're gonna guard the goal line, then if you're gonna say we're guarding the end zone, whatever, then have your guys guard the fucking end zone. Why do you have it schemed up to where they're all in the front of it in the jump ball? Because all it takes is for that ball to hit one of them like this, boom, goes up, boom, one of them back there, touchdown. And that's exactly what happened. You know what's crazy? I saw Jaden Daniels running around. I'm thinking, man, like, I have a bad feeling right now. He throws it up. I see right when it gets into the picture, I see all the Bears defenders right there. I see one Commander player right there. I looked, I said, wait. Hits off. I see it go to him. I said, wow, it's fucking won. It was fucking crazy. Look, the Bears are a great team. They're gonna be they're not a great team. They are a good team. They can be a really good team. They could be a problem in this league with the defense they have and the offensive weapons they have. They can be a fucking problem. They have to figure out on the offensive, on just the coaching staff, and they have to figure something out because this roster is way too good to lose that game yesterday and only put up, 14 points, whatever it was, or 17, whatever they put up. This roster is way too good. It was 50. This roster is way too good to be putting up 50 points against a Commanders defense that really is not anything special. They're not anything special. Bears, it's bear down for life. But that I'm still very faithful. The people saying that, oh, they suck and the season's over and they got a clear house. I think the coaching has been decently rough. I think that there have been sparks of greatness in the coaching. So I think that they really need to figure it out. I think that Waldron just needs to stop doing too much. Get first downs, score touchdowns, play football, look like offense. That's all the Bears have to do. They're going to be just fine. I still think they're going to make the playoffs. I still think they have a chance. I still think they're going to go 10-7. Maybe 9-8, but I think they're gonna go 10-7. I think they're a good team. I think they could be a problem, and I think they could beat any team on any given Sunday. Thank you. See y'all in the next one.
And by the way, to everyone saying that like it's a holding on the last play, whatever, bro, it should have never got to that. Like, even if it was, they're never gonna call fucking holding on Hail Mary, bro. Like that shit. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, they're never gonna fucking call a fucking holding on a Hail. Like, it's a fucking Hail Mary. Like, that shit's gonna sell if it actually goes. Like, a team should never fucking let a Hail Mary. Like, a team should never get called back because they had a fucking holding on a Hail Mary. Like, unless they're like bolt hugging the motherfucker. Like, we're not gonna fucking